A few days ago, I released a video called The Dark Psychology of AI Girlfriends, and to my shock, a surprisingly large amount of people were defending AI girlfriends. Now, this isn't going to be a video of me bullying or just mocking these people. I'm actually going to be diving into the things they said and give my thoughts on it. And it seemed to be a repeating theme for a couple of people, which is there are individuals who are just hopeless, which is very sad. Hopeless guys who don't believe that they can get a girl. So when AI becomes more advanced, they're going to use that as a substitute. Because after all, just because they can't get a girl doesn't mean they don't deserve happiness, which is like a fair thing to say. But it's not something I support, and I didn't go into detail of why I don't support it in the video, why I think it won't work. And that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. I'm going to be covering why it doesn't work, give a specific reply to a comment on here, and give 2 practical pieces of advice nobody on YouTube has been giving, guys. Okay, so why are these virtual girlfriends not a healthy thing? Well, let's look at internet relationships. Those are things that do exist. AI girlfriends aren't a thing right now, but the closest we can get to this artificial relationship are relationships you find online. I mean, yeah, you can talk to people online, you can have a good time, I do. But you can't use that as a substitute. It just doesn't work. You feel horrible about yourself. You become more depressed. It's not something you want, and it's only going to be worse if you do it with AI. Trust me, it's not good. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. We want you to be happy. This is why we're telling you not to do this. And as for Valentino, he gave a very specific example, being that he has a more geeky personality, and he has Asperger's syndrome. Look, before I continue, if you don't want to hear my advice and my thoughts on this, you don't have to follow through with them, and you don't even have to listen to them right now. It's going to be just brutally harsh, honest advice. It's not fun. I'm not going to have a fun time saying the things I'm about to. But I assume since he's commenting on the video, he might want to hear my thoughts, but again, you don't have to follow my advice. I'm not shoving my opinions down anybody's throats. But when it comes to these people, and I've been there, you cannot be that weird guy in a group. You just cannot. It's the death of you. Even if you have a condition, even though this is not your fault, it's really sad, but you cannot be that guy. Everybody's going to feel very sorry for you. You're going to have everybody's sympathy. That's a given. But that's about it. You're going to be like a beggar on the sidewalk. People are going to feel sorry for you. Damn, I'd hate to be in that position. But they're not going to help you. They're not going to do anything for you. People are just going to walk past by because them helping you, them being your friends, or a woman giving you a chance and trying to have a relationship with you, all of those things cost them, because these people, they're generally more alone. You have this individual who wants to be in a relationship, any kind of relationship also, just to have friends. And if a person reaches out and is nice to that person and they become attached to you, it's not a fun situation to be in if you're that guy who's being nice to the person who has that condition, who may have autism, who may have Asperger's. It's not fun for that guy. And this sounds so harsh, it sounds so horrible of me to say because you did nothing to deserve that. This is not your fault, but you cannot act that way because nobody's going to actually do anything for you. Everybody's going to feel sorry for you, but they're not going to help you. But I truly believe that you can do so much to change. You can work these things out. You can reflect on how other people see you, and you can train this out of you to at least a certain extent, or compensate in other ways. Again, I'm not in that specific situation. I don't know the details or any of that stuff, but I would do my best really not to be that guy. I was that guy before, and I had it easier because I don't have an actual condition. But you just cannot be that guy. It sucks. It's sad. I feel sorry for you, man. But I'm telling you the things that nobody else is going to tell you. But everybody is doing this right now. Everybody feels sorry for you, but nobody's going to help you. But again, I'm telling you this because I think you can actually use this. Now, as for other comments, let's say you're struggling with women. Maybe you're not in support of dating AI, which is good for you, but you still struggle with women. I'll give you 2 pieces of advice I hardly hear anybody say online, and this is very valid and practical advice. First off, it's going to be a hot take. People aren't going to agree with me, especially in the manosphere and the red pill, but you can be friends with women, yeah. Being friends with women is a great way to really be rid of that fear, especially becoming friends with beautiful women. You don't have to go up and approach every woman you see, every woman you find even mildly attractive, and try and get a relationship out of it. You don't have to go up and just ask for her number. You don't have to go up and just flirt with her and hit on her. You're not going to be a simp for it. You're not going to be a cunt for it. Don't worry. After all, there are like 1 billion women out there. It's fine if you're friends with a couple of women. In fact, it's not going to make a difference because you're not going to be in a relationship with a woman if you can't perfectly and smoothly talk to them. How are you going to be able to flirt or initiate anything if you're like, could I have your phone number? I think you're really cute. And then you're not even making eye contact.
I don't like the way you are looking at me.
I gotta tell you, just becoming friends with women, being able to talk to them without stuttering, being able to make that eye contact, it is vital. This is the easiest, absolutely easiest way. You can no longer be afraid of women. Just become friends with them. Set the bar very low for yourself. You're just starting out. Now, if you're talking about actually getting into a relationship with a woman, there's where I agree with the red pillars. It's not easy to turn a friendship into an intimate relationship. It's not easy. It's possible. You can do it. It does happen, but it's not ideally where you start. That's how you have to look at these things. And in my opinion, don't just even be friends with women. Talk to everybody you can. I'm that type of guy you go grocery shopping with, you go to the store with, and I start conversations with people. That's how I am. I try and start conversations with anybody who looks like they're open to it. I go to the cashier. I try and ask, hey, how's your day going? You have to develop a knack for it. You have to be able to see when people want to talk or if they're open to talking. You have to just throw things out there, see how they reciprocate it, see their body language, the tone, all the rest. Just become more charismatic all around. Just talk to everybody. Talk to the ugly women. Talk to the beautiful women. Talk to the guys. Talk to the elderly. Talk to the cashier. Talk to everybody who's willing to have a conversation with you, and learn to stop if they don't reciprocate. It's that simple. That's how you no longer become terrified of women. But for this next part, I want to start off with a story. So I was one time at a college group, a church college group, and I saw this guy. He was a magnet for so many women, for very cute women also. And I didn't get it because he is just as tall, maybe even slightly shorter than me. He is not more attractive than me. He is not more physically fit than me. He's not a rock star. He doesn't play music. What is going on? Why are all the women gravitating towards this one guy? What's going on? And I approached them. I was like, hey, Michael, I see that the women love you. I'm just going to be honest. I see it. What's your secret? And he said, Remnant, what you gotta do is you gotta become a group leader. The reason why they come to me is because I'm a group leader. And it's absolutely true. This is so true. It's like the easiest way you can become more attractive to women. And you don't have to be a rock star. People are like, you need to become famous like Tom Cruise if you want to get women. No, you don't. You don't need to become a celebrity. Just become high status in a small group. Because it's best to be a big fish in a small pond. This is the easiest way, and I'll tell you how. You can join groups, you can join clubs, and you can gain status that way. Here's another thing you can do. I'll give you some insight into my situation. I love art. That's something I would go to groups for. If you have a passion, go find groups that have that passion. But me, I struggle with that. I'm more in the country. All of the art groups here are with senior citizen women. I'm not interested in old women. I'm not interested in grandmas. But there's so many people who are in that same boat. They want to go out to meet people. People are lonely and disconnected. People want groups. People are thirsting for groups, which means you have an opportunity to start your own. So if I were you, I'd figure out what hobby it is I like. Maybe I should start an art club that meets up once a week at a certain location. It will cost a bit of money. Maybe you'll have to rent out a coffee shop, put out a couple of local signs advertising what you're going to do, and boom, now you're all of a sudden attracting people who are of a certain makeup. Like, let's say we're doing an art club. We're going to be attracting more artistic people. And if women join, they're naturally going to look up to you more and be more attracted to you because you're of higher status, because you made that group. This is how you can effectively convert your money into, say, friendships or romantic relationships. Now, I would do this if I had more money, but I don't. I'm a brokey, what can I say? But this is advice I don't hear people talk about. And it's so useful, especially in our day and age where we're so isolated, where we're so disconnected. Now you can start your own group, you can make friends easier, you can attract women easier, and you can do something you love and you're actually passionate about. The only person I've heard talk about this is Orion Taraban. He didn't talk about starting your own group like that, but he's talked about attraction and different things like that. I highly recommend his channel. It's really good. Or his book called The Value of Others. I bought it immediately. I was one of the first people to buy his book. Anyways, I hope this helps you out, especially if you're really discouraged with women. And again, you're free to take or leave my advice. Anyways, take care.